Good morning, friends. A little bit of a cloudy one today. It is so interesting how it can be the same thing and different all the time. But so I know there's a lot of anxiety. There's just a lot of noise and stimulus in our world, and we don't always know what kind of posture to take to that. And maybe it's not the world you're worried about. Maybe it's your city, or a particular issue, or your own family, or your work. And there's maybe sort of wondering or indiscernment around what's the right course of action to take. Because it's not always the same. I feel like the world always tells us go, 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 go. Something within us knows that that's not sustainable. And we have natural rhythms to the world, to our lives and our bodies. And we have to listen to those. So this little alliteration came to me today, like this: rush, rest, or resist. Kind of three different postures you can take towards whatever people, places, or things that are on your mind. That rush, that idea, it's like urgency. It is time. It is time to do something. That one is probably the one most sort of triggered, I think, that is most externally affirmed. It's the one you can see the best in yourself and others will see in you, or you'll see in others. It's do something. Don't just sit there, do something. There's a time and a place. And I believe that to be the one that is most insisted upon and least sustainable. You can rush in bursts. You can't rush all the time. Rest, you've heard me talk about that a lot if you've been watching long, but sometimes we just have to rest. It's an essential part of refueling ourselves to be able to do whatever it is we're called to do. And resist is kind of in between those two, right? Like, you're not actively pushing. You're also not completely disengaged. You're sort of holding the line. And I think about how, my favorite Jewish teacher thought about these things. That's Jesus, by the way. Thought about these things, and if you read the entirety of his life story, is captured the best information we have in Scripture. He took all of these stances. There were times when he pushed. There were times when he, many times recorded, when he went away to pray, went away to get some space, to catch his breath. He took a nap. And there were times when it was just like holding the line. I remember this one story. He's in his hometown and people are kind of rallying against him. This one doesn't get preached about a lot, but they're urging Jesus towards a cliff. They're going to throw him off a cliff. And something shifts and he just evades. He just moves through them and is on the other side, and the angry mob continues, its angry mobbery. And sometimes I just think it can be really confusing or disturbing to try to figure out what of these choices to rush, to rest, or resist makes sense for a particular situation, because, again, I think sort of the urgency of the issues, the gravity of the issues that you're seeing, hearing, any one of us, can feel pretty heavy on the heart. But I just want to remind you that you do know. You know what you need. Maybe you have to get quiet for a little while to listen to yourself and find out. But if you're ever confused, I just encourage you to trust your God, whatever that means to you, your gut, that sensation within yourself that tells you, and your guides. Who do you trust? Who do you trust? Not just the person who's going to say, yeah, and back you up, yeah. But who do you really trust? Where do you go to for some wisdom? And then do what you find out. Sometimes it's not that gratifying when the answer is just to rest or to resist. We want to believe that we can rush all the time, get everything done. But there's a time and a place for each of them. So listen to your God, your gut, and your guides. Determine whether it's time to rush, to rest, or to resist. Take a deep breath. There's really no wrong answers. Just lessons and blessings. I love you, people. Peace.